Hello and welcome. My name is Vicki. I'm the Conscious Mystic, and this is the weekly forecast. The weekly forecast for week commencing November 28th, 2022. The weekly forecast is me drawing some cards from my deck, the Mythic Tarot, and looking at the energies and the influences in the week ahead, using my interpretation of the cards and how they play out. The tarot spread that I use is just a nice little narrative that flows very nicely to give us a very gentle story about what to expect, and it incorporates a lot of different things that we utilize and use every day of our lives. So let's commence. I'm shuffling the cards. The deck I use is the Mythic Tarot. I'm going to choose 6 cards. I hope you had a great week. I have been missing in action the last couple of weeks, but I've just been either weird with the internet or just a little bit busy and couldn't get to it, because I like to keep the weekly forecast as close and as fresh as possible. I'm always trying to record on a Sunday sometime either evening or afternoon, so I just ran out of time. So let's begin. The first card we're looking at is the self. So where are we in our conscious selves? And the card we have here is the Chariot. So the Chariot represents the part of us that is dealing with our aggressiveness, our like trying to, I suppose really more like controlling our emotional selves. And when I say dealing with our aggressiveness, it's when we are trying to control our emotions, especially when they're heightened, they will spill over. And the Chariot represents that sort of spillover or emergence of those repressed emotions. It's because we are feeling things so acutely that it's very difficult to hold them down. So expect like big fluctuations in the emotional state this week. Now that's the conscious self. That's the stuff we know. We're going to now have a look at the soul self and what is actually driving and producing the circumstances so that we can learn from this, to experience it and to move through it. So here we have the Nine of Wands. So again, there's an element of uncertainty. The Nine of Wands represents situations and circumstances where really we're being sort of corralled or pushed into finalizing things. It is pushing us into action. So where we've been a bit complacent, the universe is actually sort of giving us a bit of a hurry along or a move along. And by doing that, it'll be not so much gentle reminders, but pretty much like almost pushing us into it. Not forcibly, by the way, but you can see, looking at those waves pushing that ship into the rocks, you can see that with the ebb and flow of the ocean, it is very consistent, and it is very it's not forceful but insistent, if you like. So the universe will be really like in our face saying, get this done, get this done, get this done. I'll finalize this, finalize this, finalize this, face this, face this, face this. It's a consistent and insistent message. And so therefore, the reason that we've been a bit complacent will be in our faces, and the things that have been holding us back, or holding those things that we haven't been finalizing them, will be dealt with. And that's really, it's like the holding pattern, that the things that we didn't really want to do are now being it's time, and the universe is saying, look, it's time to get it done. You're going to be pushed with your emotions, but you know what? It really needs to be faced, and so therefore we're here to help you out, just by, insist. Really, it is for our highest good. So now we're going to have a look at the challenges, or really what is not the weakness, but really the fear that we're holding, and the thing that we are like bringing energy to, so that we can no longer fear it or actually learn from it. What are we experiencing, gaining an experience from, so that we no longer fear it? And here we have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles represents that part of us that is not taking ourselves seriously. So really, the universe in its way is saying to us, what are you good at? Why are you not shining your light on the things that you've been really good at and want to do? It's time to step up. So the things that I'm getting a sense that where we have been desiring something, or really where we have been, where our soul is saying, it's time, it's time, it's time, where we are reluctant to shine, it is now time to shine, no longer playing down our abilities and our skills. And so therefore the universe is going to sort of gently insist that we step up, and we will face those fears that have been holding us back. And the Chariot card will help us express it and release it. So the things that, the emotions and the fears that have been holding us back, the Chariot's going to help us release it. Our soul selves, our guides, the universe is giving us opportunities. It's almost saying, do it, do it, do it. And the thing that we are facing, the fear that we're facing, is our, oh, if I shine, if I put myself out there, you're going to be the expert. And that's what we're acknowledging, that we are the expert in our field. All right, so what does this mean? How are we going to react, or what action will we take? Oh, love it. So the Emperor represents solidarity, building something concrete, putting that solid foundations down, not even putting the solid foundations down. We are going to react by saying, you know what, this is what I am good at. This is where I do shine. So we are going to just say, you know what, fine, whatever, we're going to do this. I am going to do this. I am good at this, and I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to cement myself or establish myself as that authority. And whatever it is that you're really good at, me, we're all going to be sort of I call it being corralled. We're being corralled into a space where we must acknowledge it. Now, you might find that people are going to come and ask you for that advice. They might want to pay you. You might want to start charging for that advice or that service, or you will be placed in a position where you will become the authority, and you will accept it with good grace. That's what the Emperor is all about. You can say, fine, yes, I am good at this. So the next part of it is, where is that going to lead us? What is our possible future with this? Oh, we have this here, Five of Swords. So really, I really feel like this is the oppressor, okay? So the reason we are hiding our light, the reason that we are not coming forward, the reason that we must be pushed into the limelight, is to face the part of us that says, who is going to be the detractor? Who's going to challenge us? Who's going to say, I don't think you are good enough? So really, we are going to, if we're heading to that space where because we're afraid of shining, we're worried about who's going to come in and say, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. It's time to face that. And I'm just going to tune into the energy of that card, because it's a little bit, it's oppressive, that's for sure, but it's not that oppressive that it's going to crush us. So there might be a bit of criticism, there will be some challenges about our authority, and we will rise to meet them. The Five of Swords is making that decision about, yes, you may have all this information, you may be the authority. Establish yourself, allow your light to shine. It is time to face that fear, or face the detractors. And I don't really feel like they're going to be anything. It's the fear of the detractors or the criticism that we've been hiding from for so long. So we'll get a taste of it. Yes, there'll be some criticism around, but you know what? The Emperor is right there. It's right there. That is our solidarity. That is our complete authority or mastery over our skills and our knowledge base. So tap into the Emperor, absolutely. And this will not, this will, I mean, they're going to be there anyway, but it will lessen that. So what does this mean for our spiritual growth? Or this card here, the King of Swords. In other words, again, we are acknowledging in our spiritual self the detachment that we need to separate ourselves from any criticism, because we are the authority in our field. We are the leader. So any leadership qualities, you're being asked to rise to that occasion this week, or at least the journey starts. Yes, there'll be some criticism to face, but with that criticism comes an air of detachment, because with that comes the authority that we have the information and we have the truth, and we live our truth within ourselves. And not only do we live and walk our truth, but we are sharing that truth with the world. We are no longer hiding under anything, under any no false modesty anymore. And the King of Swords allows that detachment from any criticism, because we are speaking and walking and talking our truth in our spiritual selves. So really, we are going to face the detractors. We are going to face the things that we fear, the criticism that we fear. And when we do, we're going to realize, you know what? It's always going to be out there. It's never a big deal. And the fact that we are the leaders and the authority in whatever it is, the knowledge or our field of life, or the place that we are in our life, we are going to establish that so much stronger that we will accept that sometimes there will be detractors or naysayers or some people who want to undermine. That's always going to be there. It's not always an easy road, but this week is going to help us establish ourselves so that we'll no longer let that discourage us from living our life, our journey, choosing our path, and allowing our light to shine. You know, it's awful when we try to play small. We get sick, we feel low, we might feel a little bit blue or sad, and it's not a life that it's a half life that we live. So allow that light to shine. Yes, there will be detractors. It's not going to be as bad as you think. I'm going to tell that to myself as well, but it will allow us to distance ourselves from the emotion of pulling ourselves down and owning the truth of who we are and what we do, and establishing our authority. All of that's going to happen. And if it doesn't, it may not happen in that week, but definitely the energy of it will be established, and the impetus or the momentum that we need to get that going is starting this week. So that's for the week commencing November 28th, 2022. That's the weekly forecast. Thanks for joining me. Have a good one. Solidarity for all those out there that are working through that fear. And thanks for joining me. Again, my name's Vicki Haspels. I'm the Conscious Mystic. And have a great week with much love from me. Mwah. Thank you. See you guys next week with love from me. Mwah.